We are well into 2026, so it is time for a tier list video of most of the movies that I watched during 2025. All of the somewhat big and somewhat small 2025 releases, I have them all here on a tier list. We got your basic tiers S, A, B, C, and D. The good news for this past year, there aren't very many movies that I would put in like an F tier, so D is the lowest we're gonna go. There might be one movie that I think we're all thinking about that might deserve a tier at the very bottom all for its very own lonesome self, but we're not going to go that far. So we're going to start off with Flight Risk. It came out early January, and it is the Mark Wahlberg is a psychopath who is a prisoner on a plane, but he's like pretending to be a pilot, and then it's a big switcheroo. It's a good premise. I think it could have been a good movie. Mark Wahlberg, he's somewhat different than usual action star Mark Wahlberg. For a movie with something as interesting as psych, this pilot is a maniac, it's really boring. And Mark Wahlberg, spoilers, there's gonna be spoilers throughout this whole video, he sits in the back of the plane just shouting insults half the movie. He doesn't really do anything until the very end and very beginning. This is absolutely D. We have another January release. We have Wolfman. People were dogging, no pun intended, on this movie. It isn't the greatest, but it's kind of interesting. I do like the wolf transformation being more of like a sickness and slowly occurring over the course of like a night rather than just like a big transformation out of nowhere. It has some decent emotional moments to it with like the dad and the daughter. I like it more than most, but it's still not crazy. We have Companion. I saw this opening day with my friend while I was on vacation visiting him, so this was a fond little memory of mine. He enjoyed it. He's not a big movie guy. He sees maybe one new movie a year, and this was his one for 2025. But we both loved Companion. Sophie Thatcher is incredible in it. It's a near perfect movie. The big complaint for me is not even a very valid complaint. Going in, watching this knowing nothing is a peak experience. I almost got that until I decided to watch a freaking trailer, and then they give you what the movie's gonna be about, and there's the big twist that kind of gets taken away from you, but this doesn't stop the movie from being very loved by me. Jack Quaid is really good in it. Like I said, Sophie Thatcher is incredible in this as Iris. Go watch Companion. It's gonna go in A tier, not quite S, but there is an argument to be made. And now we have Dogman, another movie that could be an S. There is an argument for it. Dogman was really, really fun. Pete Davidson as Petey the Cat was great. I think everyone did a great job. It has clever, funny jokes and also silly, stupid jokes for kids, but this is a very solid animated movie. One of my favorite in the last like 5 years. I could put it in S. I liked it a bit more than Companion. I'm not going to put it a whole tier above, so it's going to go above Companion and A. Dogman was my favorite of the year for the longest time. Captain America Brave New World. Okay, as a big Marvel guy, I will be down for any Marvel movie no matter how good or how bad. Anthony Mackie's first Captain America movie, they didn't do him the greatest of services. Basic level Marvel movie where it's fine. You get like some decent action in there. The main attraction for me was Red Hulk, Harrison Ford. We get to see him Hulk out for like 10 minutes at the end of the movie, but those 10 minutes are simply just phenomenal stuff. I think it makes me put it in B just for the Red Hulk fight alone. As much of a cop-out as that might be, it should go in C, and I'll probably adjust it, but I just can't bring myself to dislike this movie at all. Not top of C. I've convinced myself. Okay, so here we have The Gorge. I didn't even know this thing was coming out, but then I saw a bunch of people I follow on Letterboxd review it, give it low scores, and I watched it out of curiosity because I like Miles Teller, I love Anya Taylor-Joy, and this was a pretty freaking cool movie, I can't even lie. The Gorge was so much fun, especially that last half. It does like shift tones like crazy, but I think it works still. I could honestly put this in A. It was in my top 10 of the year for a while. It has gotten pushed down since I've caught up on some releases, but it's gonna go in B. It's very good. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's not perfect, but I had a blast with it, and that's what I want from my movies. I just want to have a good time, and this was a pretty good time. Now we have The Monkey, a movie that, because Osgood Perkins, I did enjoy Longlegs. I was like, give me some more Osgood Perkins. This looks like it could be some Final Destination goofy, a lot of deaths, fun. This might sound a little crazy or greedy, but I wish they threw even more crazy deaths in The Monkey, because the story surrounding all of that was just okay. These two brothers are like, oh, this evil monkey, we gotta get rid of it. No, I have the evil monkey now, and I'm gonna kill you, or whatever. And the humor doesn't really work. I guess maybe dry humor is the way to go, because nothing is played for like a full-on joke, but things are funny about the movie. This was a bit lackluster. I wanted more from it. Half the time, I wasn't really enjoying it, and the other half, I was watching funny death scenes that were somewhat entertaining. It's gonna go and see. I really wanted more from it. Osgood Perkins is still cool in my book, but the monkey was a slight letdown. Mickey 17, straight out of the gate. Another letdown, but not as bad as The Monkey. It was a lot of people's most anticipated movie for 2025, and I finally checked it out, and I thought it was fun. Robert Pattinson is great in the double roles. Naomi Ackie is in it, and I love her. But yeah, this was like a fun little sci-fi adventure comedy thing. It just never got up to that level. When the movie ended, I was like, that was fine. I'll put it in the B tier with The Gorge. Maybe it's because I know that Bong Joon-ho can create some gosh darn masterpieces, and I just thought that him doing a sci-fi space sort of adventure-esque comedy, it was gonna reach those highs, but it just didn't, and that's okay. It's still a good movie. Oh boy, okay, The Electric State. I got to this movie pretty late. A lot of people were saying it was like the worst movie of the year. It had so many low ratings. I thought, I'm gonna be with them. I'm gonna give this like 1 star. I'm not gonna care about it whatsoever. But I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy this just the tiniest little bit. Anthony Mackie is a little robot in this, and I like him and Chris Pratt's little relationship in this movie. It was some lighthearted fun, and you can never go wrong with that. Very bottom of C. I would not put it with Flight Risk because I actually kind of enjoyed myself with The Electric State. I don't know how they spent so much money on this movie. Also, the Russo brothers directed this, and I like, what happened? It's just kind of there. It's okay. It's watchable. Drop is up next, and oh my god, thank god I watched this movie finally, because every time I went to the theater early 2025 and even some of 2024, I saw this trailer every time, and the cell phone vibration with the intense music, I was getting sick of it. But Drop was pretty good. It's not one of my favorites of the year. You know, it's fine. I'd give it a solid B. I wasn't super invested. I was more just along for the ride and kind of enjoying myself ever so slightly. I think it is somewhat interesting. Not really any notes other than it just didn't really hit me all that deeply. Novocaine, what a surprise this was, and it's not even that big of a surprise because I was slightly looking forward to the movie. It seemed like a very funny concept. Jack Quaid, once again, he is a superstar. All of the hits he is taking in this movie, he can't feel any pain. It's such a great concept, and I think they exceed at it. It's such a fun movie. Also, the effects are great with like broken thumbs, being stabbed, and hands being burnt and stuff like that. It's so much fun, so much good action, really solid. Contender for S tier, but for now, leaving it top of A. Warfare was a movie that I had no interest in seeing. I don't care for war movies, but some people were saying this was really, really good. I think it's good for what it was. It's pretty intense. You're right there with these guys for like the full hour and a half or so. It's not going to be a favorite of mine, so I could put it in that very high C. I can't put it higher than like A Brave New World. It's just not for me. Snow White. I heard everything there was to hear about this movie. I don't really care about Rachel Zegler's quote controversy or the things she was saying leading up to the movie unless I've missed some stuff. And Rachel Zegler was the best part about this movie. That is pretty much all there is to say. There are 2 songs that I like. Whistle While You Work was fun. And then there's Waiting on a Wish, which was absolutely spectacular. I listened to it like once a day. It almost tricks me into liking the movie because I like the song and Rachel Zegler's performance so much. But then there's the Gal Gadot of it all with the bad performance and the dwarves looking insane. It takes a while to get used to. The Evil Queen's plans are toppled because she decided to do the dumbest thing ever, which is lock 2 people in the same prison at once, because they're able to use their combined strength to pull on a chain and break themselves free. How dare you, Gal Gadot? You can't put more than 1 person in a dungeon. But yeah, it's really stupid. Rachel Zegler and Waiting on a Wish is great. Those alone could carry it to a C, but they won't. Honestly, I could put it above Flight Risk because at least we got Waiting on a Wish. A Minecraft movie, a movie that should not have worked, and for a lot of people it didn't, but for me, it was just stupid fun. Jack Black gives it his all. He is honestly incredible as Steve. Jason Momoa as well. I've seen this thing so many times, not in full. It just comes on HBO Max, and I just put it on because I'm like, sure, why not? Let's just watch bits of this movie. And I'm currently back in my Minecraft phase. I've been playing Minecraft again, so I can't hate this movie. As bad and as dumb as it is, I can't hate this movie. It should go in C or D, but I'm gonna put it in B. I don't know what it is, but it has some kind of weird hold on me. La 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 Lava, Chicken Jockey, Flint and Steel, all the works. Death of a Unicorn, oh my baby. I was so excited, a killer unicorn movie. Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter's in there too being funny. He's the highlight. He's the best part of it. Ah, why is it so damn mid? It's not bad. It's not good. I couldn't go out of my way to be like, Death of Unicorn is a good movie. It's fine. It's okay. I wanted so much more from my murderous unicorn rampaging movie, but no. There's a couple of decent moments. Some of the unicorn kills are sick. There's like a couple funny moments, mainly coming from Will Poulter's character and Jenna Ortega falling out of a window into a bush, and it's like edited very weird, so she immediately like slams into the ground but like gets up like nothing happened. I think it takes itself a little too seriously. This was like a top 10 most anticipated movie of 2025 for me. I think I made a video, and I think it's in that video. Does not deliver, unfortunately. With Sinners, it's the opposite. I watched the movie in a fairly packed theater. It had been out for 2 weeks and the theaters were still being filled up, and oh my god, Sinners is like movie of the year maybe. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I can't think of any complaints. The first movie that is going in S tier, there's just so many scenes that make me smile because of how well the movie's made, the cinematography, the music, Miles Caton, I Lied to You, and Travelin'. Oh my god, dude, that guy's gonna be a star. I hope he keeps on getting put in more movies. All of the cast does their job. No one stands out as like their character could have been better or whatever. No, everyone's equal performance-wise, and just when they're on screen, they do what they need to, and they're so damn good. The vampires are great. When we first get introduced to Remick and he's falling out of the sky and he's smoking, oh my god. It's got nominated for almost every category that the Oscars has to offer. Usually I hate when a movie is constantly nominated like over and over and over again. I want to see a couple other movies get some shine too, but every category it's nominated for, I'm like, yeah, understandable, yeah, understandable. So yeah, our first S tier movie, Sinners, there you go, sit at the top. The Ugly Stepsister is a Norwegian, I believe, horror movie, body horror movie. I was interested in the premise because they said it's gross and it's like a different take on the Cinderella story. About halfway through watching it, I'm like, where's the body horror that people are freaking out about? Like the nose scene where he just takes a hammer to her nose, but then we have the eyelash scene, oh my god, and then there's the tapeworm stuff, oh my freaking god. The last few minutes of this movie, I am leaning back and wincing in my chair. I'm like, okay, I get it. Body horror is awesome. Ugly Stepsister is a nice little movie, and it even got nominated for an Oscar Best Makeup. That's just awesome to see. It's gonna sit comfortably in this B tier. It had some of my favorite moments and most memorable moments from any movie in 2025, so that's something. Thunderbolts, oh boy. I saw Sinners and Thunderbolts same day, back to back. Thunderbolts is going in S tier as well. What a double feature day at AMC, let me tell you. Florence Pugh is the heart and soul of this movie. She is so damn good in this. I had no idea who John Walker was. I didn't watch any of the Marvel shows, so I didn't see Falcon and Winter Soldier. I didn't know anything about him, but I quickly kind of learned the gist of his character. He's really funny in it. Bucky kicks ass. Red Guardian is super funny. I love Ghost. I loved her in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I'm so glad she's back. Bob is really fun. Sentry, that whole thing. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is great. Just everyone is great in this movie. It's such an emotional movie as well. There are so many like heartfelt moments throughout, and I don't think a lot of MCU movies strike as hard as this did when it comes to like certain topics like depression and feeling alone and stuff like that. But I thought everything about Thunderbolts was great. Don't really have any major complaints about it. It's just a great time. Friendship was a movie that I was excited for because I love Paul Rudd. When I watched it the first time, I got a kick out of it. I thought Tim Robinson was funny. This was my first time seeing him. I don't know, I Think You Should Leave, or I don't think I've seen him in any other thing, so this was my introduction to him. He was great. Him freaking out and yelling, I could watch it all day. It does kind of have a weird vibe to it. Maybe it's just his style of comedy, but there's a few quiet moments where it's just kind of more like cringe and awkward than like really funny, and sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. I had this in like my top 10 of the year, and I rewatched it recently. It didn't really hit all that hard. I dropped this movie quite low. I still really enjoy it, but when it comes to all of the movies that came out in 2025, this just didn't hold up on a rewatch. There are still some very funny moments, some of the funniest moments from any movie that released last year. Breaking the sliding glass door, everything in the sewer. All of the funny pieces work, but as a movie, it just, for whatever reason, did not hold up on a rewatch. I still liked it, but while it would have been like bottom of S, top of A, right now it's sitting at a low B, unfortunately. Until Dawn was a movie that people were ragging on. They're like, it's not faithful to the game. I went in with an open mind, and it's average. I don't have a strong attachment to the game. The game is already somewhat cinematic, so I think if they just titled this movie anything else and shifted a couple of things, people wouldn't have been as upset with this. It's still still not a great movie. I enjoyed parts of it. Odessa Azion's in it, and I love her. That's about it. C tier. Final Destination Bloodlines. I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of this movie because Final Destination 1 and 3 are my absolute favorites, and the rest of the movies are just kind of like, alright. 4 and 5 are pretty lackluster. This might be my new favorite in the franchise, tied with like number 3. The cast is great. I love all of the characters. The deaths are awesome. Some of them do feel like they're kind of sped up a little bit, like boom, 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 one after another. The movie just flows so well. Like, there's not really any stopping points. Once we kick things off, we are going. The opening premonition or like dream that's linked with our main character and her grandmother was really nice. I think this movie is great. It's going an A. Having the 6th entry into a franchise being potentially the best is not easy, but they did it. Bring Her Back was a very nice surprise. I love Talk to Me, but not as much as a lot of people do. I think it's very good, but Bring Her Back is a movie that really just, yeah, Filippo brothers, keep making horror movies. Y'all are great at it. Bring Her Back was awesome. Sally Hawkins was great. The kid actors were great. Some just absolutely brutal moments. The table chomping scene is one of the scenes that stick out the most for me from any horror movie in recent years and just movies in general from 2025. It does deserve a rewatch because I have forgotten a few bits of it other than Sally Hawkins and the table nom nom scene. I mean, both of those things are truly tremendous. I'd say very, very top of B, maybe even a bottom of A. After a rewatch, probably bottom of A. But for now, it's gonna go in B tier. Lilo and Stitch! Oh, look how cute he is. Cute little fuzzy alien guy who pretends to be a dog. Isn't that just so sweet? This thing made $1 billion, right? What the hell? The first half of the movie, I was so bored, I can't lie. The closer we got to the end was like where it kind of picked up for me. Everyone was complaining and crying about the ending, so when I watched it as the ending, as the final moments of the movie were happening, I'm like, all right, let's see how they screw up this ending. And it's not even that bad. She gives up her sister to the government or whatever, but really, they just put her in her very friendly next door neighbor's house. She just moves in next door while she's at college, and the older sister just has a portal gun where she can hang out with Lilo anytime she wants. Not to get all heated over Lilo and Stitch. I get it, she did give up her sister. Barely. Let's be so for real here. Barely. It's gonna go in D. It's like Snow White syndrome where there's moments that I like. I like it less than Snow White because Rachel Zegler isn't here and there's no waiting on a wish. The Phoenician Scheme. I watched it. I got real sleepy while watching it. It's not boring, but it just, I don't know. Not my favorite Wes Anderson. Benicio del Toro is great. And Michael Cera, the little twist that he has is great. All the characters, typical Wes Anderson fashion, they're all fine. C tier. I'm not disappointed because Wes Anderson, his style is very hit or miss for me. Like, I love half his movies and think the other half are just okay. Phoenician Scheme just ended up being in the bottom half of that list. It's unfortunate, but, you know, I didn't hate it. Ballerina, from the world of John Wick, or whatever the full title is, or I think it's from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. Either way, this was fun action. It's not game-changing, but if they made 3 more of these movies, I would not be disappointed. Ana de Armas, she's great. The water gun and the flamethrower, that was sick as hell. When she enters that little town of like all assassins or whatever, I think that is such a cool moment. Just not one of my favorites of the year. I could put this on any random day and watch it and I'd be a happy camper. I'm not gonna ride hard for Ballerina, but it is good and I would like another one if they're planning on making one. Predator Killer of Killers was such a nice surprise. I saw people earlier in the year hyping this thing up to death and I had no idea what it was about, but the animation is so damn good. The little stories that we get that all combine at the end, so damn good. This honestly might be one of the most badass Predator movies. Killer of Killers is now like tied for like my favorite Predator movie in the franchise. It's so freaking badass. The sword and the shield stories are great. I don't even remember what the plane one was called, but that one was still fine. But the ending is so damn good. This movie is so much fun. It kicks so much ass. It's pretty short too. It's only like 1 hour and 20. Take a little bit of time out your day and watch Predator Killer of Killers. It could go in S tier, but I'm gonna put it in A. How to Train Your Dragon. Not gonna spend too much time on this. I love the original animated one. Live action remakes, I think they can be neat. They don't really change anything about this whatsoever. The dragons look cool. It's gonna sit in B. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, but I liked it. The Life of Chuck was a movie I was really looking forward to. I thought it was going to make me cry like a little baby because it's going to be this big emotional story about the chapters of this guy named Chuck's life. That's what I thought, at least, but it is a very different movie. It has 3 chapters or so, or maybe 4. The first one with like the sci-fi end of the world kind of thing was really weird. The second part where we see Chuck actually dancing in the street, like hell yeah, that's a vibe, awesome. And then the third chapter with him growing up with his grandparents, the scene with little Chuck and him spending time with his grandmother, that's when we start to like, oh, I'm gonna start to cry now, huh? But then Mark Hamill goes on a rant about how like math is awesome and shit, and I'm like, okay, well, you do you, man. But I thought it was a very interesting, a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of supernatural elements going on there. While the first chapter is interesting and still fine, because, you know, Matthew Lillard is also there, but the final 2 chapters are where I'm like, just make this 30 minutes longer and keep it like this. Here we go. I thought it was going to be legit The Life of Chuck, where we start off with kid Chuck, adult Chuck, middle-aged, retired Chuck, dying Chuck. Mike Flanagan, he does not miss. So yeah, great cast, great performances, emotional story, especially towards the end. If they just kept it the whole way through, I think it could have been really good. But it's gonna go in A tier. Elio was a movie that I was not expecting to like that much. The first half was okay, but then once we get to space and see all the fun creatures and stuff, then we really start to feel the emotional message come into play. Elio doesn't know where his place is in the world. He feels like his aunt doesn't want him after the loss of his parents. She has to take care of him. But I thought that it was really going to be one of those movies that it won't be anyone's favorite, but some, like, you know, 7-year-old or even 12-year-old, they're going to watch this movie and be like, wow, I'm not alone in the universe, and I'm right where I need to be, or I know where I want to be. Kind of that vibe. Very nice story. Everything with him and his aunt really works, and all the funny little space creatures work as well. Wholesome movie that wasn't one of Pixar's best, but it gets the Pixar job done. 28 years later, okay, this movie was receiving a lot of hype. I think some of the camera shots and the zombie kills are sick and they look really neat and different. The father and son story I was rocking with, but then it takes a turn where it turns into a mother and son story, and then Ralph Fiennes gets involved. Everything in this movie works, but because I thought it was going to be something slightly different, it did take me out of it. I think both halves of the movie are good, and there are some good emotional moments, but I will say, it is hard to, like, feel bad or root for the kid in the movie because he brings his very, very sick and memory-lost mother out into a dangerous place to go bring her to a doctor. It's like, I get the intentions and I get it's like a last resort, but also, you're gonna get your mother killed, bro. What are you doing? So it was a little hard for me to look past that. It is a movie, but we do eventually get led to Ralph Fiennes, who's great. And the final few moments of the movie are really wonderful. I hate to do this, I am going to put it in C, because it was slightly underwhelming because of all the hype and praise it was getting, and I was just sitting there like, yeah, this is fine. Not a bad movie, but ever so slightly overhyped. K-Pop Demon Hunters. I really wanted to like this movie. People were going nuts about K-Pop Demon Hunters. I'm not a big K-pop guy, but it looks like it has good animation, and apparently there's some very good songs in it, and people are like, oh, it's so quirky and fun and colorful, and yay, and that's my style. I love fun animated movies that have some pop to it, not K-pop, but, you know, like pop, like color, bursting of color and joy and stuff. And I watched this movie with my friend, expecting to fall in love with it, but the songs were, like, fine. Golden is great. There's a couple other songs that are good, but it's just, like, quirky for the sake of being quirky. And I love cringe / like silly humor, and they are really silly in this. And yes, it is probably targeted towards kids or whatever, but I was cringing so hard at some points to the point where tears were coming out of my eyes. This movie did get some huge laughs out of me, but not the way the movie was probably hoping for. There's a moment at the end where the hot K-pop demon boy group, the lead singer, sacrifices himself, and the way the scene is edited, it's like the main lady is like, no, the demon's gonna kill me, and then it like stops for a second, and we cut to him just fucking serving face, mogging as he's being sacrificed to this demon and helping her or whatever. It's so fucking bizarre. I think I let out the loudest laugh I have given any fucking movie that came out in 2025. This movie is so goddamn unserious, and I think maybe a part of me likes it, but there are just so many moments that just felt like thrown together. There's so many moments where I'm like, no, not for me, unfortunately, and I really wanted it to be. It's gonna go C tier. I'm sorry, K-pop Demon Hunter Nation. The Crow and the Tiger were really cool though. Megan 2.0. People were tearing this movie to shreds. I was expecting it to be mid as hell. I like the first Megan a lot. I watched Megan 2.0. The genre shift is real and right in your face. We're like heading into action territory now. And the movie is still fun. I can't really hate on this movie. I did have a good time with it. Very low B. Yeah, just not anything super crazy, but I did enjoy myself while watching it. Like, I enjoyed myself watching Megan 2.0 more than all these movies in C tier, so I think by default, I gotta shove it in B. Jurassic World Rebirth. How do you make a Jurassic Park movie / Jurassic World movie, any movie about dinosaurs, how do you make it average? I don't know, but they did, and I love Gareth Edwards. Scarlett Johansson's great in it, Mahershala Ali's great in it, that family has some fun moments, the T-Rex rap scene is awesome, there's some moments that are good. It's better than Dominion or whatever that third Jurassic World movie was. It's okay, it's C tier. It's like, it's dinosaurs, I'm still gonna be happy. Jonathan Bailey's there, so that's cool. Superman, S tier. I loved Superman. I've never been a big fan of Superman, but then when I heard James Gunn was working on one, I'm like, maybe I should be a fan of Superman. David Cornsweet is spectacular. He is super as Superman. Nicholas Hoult as well. Rachel Brosnahan is great. Everyone is so good in this. The Justice Gang is so much fun. Mr. Terrific kicks so much ass. Saw it in theaters, like 4.5 out of 5. Watched it on streaming, 5 out of 5. I cried almost at the end. Punk rocker, yes I am. That whole final moment where we show you a video of your parents, Superman. I'm Gary, ha ha ha. And it shows Ma and Pa Kent instead of Bradley Cooper. Great ending. I love it. I love everything about Superman. I can't wait for Man of Tomorrow. I can't wait for Supergirl. I can't wait for all of the future DC projects. Let's freaking go. I know he did last summer. Okay, now, hear me out. The first hour and a half, I was digging. It's silly slasher vibes, but like a newer coat of paint on it, and we get all the way until the killer reveal, and I still think that is fine. But then they add to it and reveal some more things, and if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And I said I would spoil, but I just can't even bring myself to say it. I'm gonna spoil it, I don't care. Freddie Prinze Jr. is revealed, a guy from the original movie, the original core group, the original 2 survivors, half of them. He is the second or main mastermind killer fisherman guy. I don't buy that for a second, fuck off. Oh my god, why would you do that? You aren't doing it because it's the interesting thing to do, you're doing it because, what if we take fucking Courtney Cox from Scream and made her Ghostface? Like, why? Why the fuck would you do that? Did not like it at all. This movie was working so well for me. I was, like, enjoying myself. But then you fuck it all up. But I still liked it, and if they did make a sequel, because we got a little bit of a teaser, I'd be down for it. But oh, you fucking choked so hard at the finish line. And a lot of people are gonna be like, no, Nick, you're just wrong. You're wrong. The first half of the movie sucks as well. I don't care. I was having a good time. The horror podcast lady, I thought she was fun. It sucks that she's like the second one dead. I can't bring myself to put it in D tier. Just change the final 20 minutes and you have like a solid Scream 5-6 level, like, whoa, the slasher franchise is back and we're loving it. But no. We have Eddington. I am not the biggest fan of Ari Aster. I'm glad if you like his stuff, but I thought Hereditary was okay. I thought Midsommar was boring as shit after, like, the halfway point, and Beau is Afraid. I don't even know what the hell that was, but I think Joaquin Phoenix and Ari Aster are a good pairing. The characters in this movie really piss me off, and I have to sit with them for 2.5 hours or so, and then you promise me Pedro Pascal, Sheriff Showdown, political, maybe thriller. I'm like, okay, I can see this. I see where the movie is going the first 20-25 minutes. Let's go there. And then you fucking kill Pedro Pascal's character off. But I'm gonna rock with you for the last half of this movie. There are moments where I was getting into the movie and then it ended and I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't think it deserves to sit with the Snow Whites and Flight Risks and Lilo and Stitches of the world, but I'm gonna put it in D. I just couldn't rock with it. Sorry Baby. Oh my god. S tier, Ava Victor, Naomi Ackie, everyone is great in this. Every scene is great. It's well put together. It tackles like a very hard issue, and the way they go about it, I don't think I've seen done in a movie before, where like we are staring at the outside of this house. After about 10 seconds of seeing her walk inside this dude's house, you're like, ah, fuck. I hope this is not the case, but I think it's the case. And then she walks out, gets in her car. the camera just stays locked in on her face as she's driving back home. And it is such a great movie. Ava Victor not only directed it, but she stars in it. She also wrote it. So triple threat coming at you. Some of my favorite scenes from 2025 are in this movie. Her meeting Olga, and then the continuation of that, bringing the cat into the store, and the cashier's like, did you bring a cat into the store? She's like, no. The sandwich scene is really good. There's a character in their college friend group, Natasha, who is such like a jealous and like asshole character. Usually I would find a character like her annoying, but she's just so damn funny as this like asshole, like, oh, well, I should have gotten the job and I fucking hate you. It's so funny. It's just heartbreaking, but then it immediately lifts up the tone again and it becomes funny. But that thought of like what the whole movie is about is still like rotting in the back of your head, but then that thought gets overpowered by the power of love and friendship with her relationship with Naomi Aki's character. Liddy and Agnes are such a great duo. Throw in Olga in there, such a good cat. Just, this movie rocks. S tier, S tier, S tier, S tier. Happy Gilmore 2 was a surprise. I was expecting typical Netflix Adam Sandler movie. Now, it's been a while since I've seen the first Happy Gilmore, but I think I got more laughs from this movie than the first one. I don't know why. Bad Bunny is so fucking good in this movie. I knew he was in it. I thought he was gonna be there for like 2 seconds. His character is so damn funny. Highlight of the movie for me. This was just such a fun movie. Solid B tier movie. It didn't need a sequel. There's no way it should have worked as well as it did. People probably hated this, but I got so many chuckles from it. Okay, so I've glazed the ever-living hell out of Fantastic Four and S tier. Top of S tier. It's my favorite movie of 2025. I wanted this to be perfect, and you know what? Haters might say, no, it does this and this wrong, blah, 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 blah. No, I am standing my ground. I fucking loved it. I love the 4 main characters. I love Herbie. I love Galactus. I love the Silver Surfer. Shalabal surfs on lava and cosmic dust and a wormhole and a bunch of shit. It's so freaking cool. Vanessa Kirby as Sue. She, kind of like Florence Pugh, heart and soul of this movie, honestly. She is so great. She is mothering out on levels unseen before. Pedro Pascal is great. I love Johnny and Ben's relationship. The comedy doesn't feel forced. I love everything about Fantastic Four First Steps. It's so good. It's fantastic. It is a top 10 Marvel movie, and it might even be top 5. Dare I say, I'm a big glazer of Fantastic Four First Steps, and I want a sequel. I know they'll be in the other Avengers movies, but I want a direct sequel. I just want them back on my screen. Together was a very nice surprise, because it came out and it was like a couple body horror movie, and it has Dave Franco and Alison Brie, real life couple. I thought this could be cool. It's weird, and it's pretty funny. There's several scenes that are so, like, kind of out there, like the school bathroom scene is... oh my god. I think it's a neat premise. It's just weird enough to like keep me invested, but not too weird where I'm like, all right, you're doing too much. The ending nearly chokes because they bring in like a third character, and I think, oh, we're gonna have some cult stuff going on and it's gonna be this and that. But it kind of saves itself. I just thought this movie was really cool. It's going in B. Very, very solid. The Naked Gun. Ooh boy, I could put this in S. 99% of the jokes land. I'm even willing to say 100% of the jokes land. It's so rewatchable. Liam Neeson is phenomenal. Pamela Anderson is so good as well. They're such a good duo. Every bit works. Every little cameo works. The Batista cameo towards the end is just one of the best things I've ever seen. Danny Houston is such a funny ass like cartoon character villain in this. Me talking about how good the movie is just gonna be me listing every bit, so I'm gonna save you some time. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Conversations could be had to put it in S. I'm gonna put it in A. The Bad Guys 2, not even a shocker here because I did enjoy the first Bad Guys, but Bad Guys 2 kind of kicks ass, especially towards the end. We get like a space sequence that is like pretty freaking cool. The climbing the rocket action scene. Oh my god, I love the cast and I love the new characters, the new villains. Might be better than the original, I can't lie. They could pump out like 4 more Bad Guys movies and I'd watch them. I could go A, but it's not one of my top favorites of the year, but it's just a very nice standout in animation. Animation also looks good. That always helps. But DreamWorks popped out Dogman and Bad Guys 2. Maybe I just like animals because we got a wolf and a dog. War of the Worlds. At the beginning of the video, I talked about, oh, maybe a separate tier for the worst movie on here, and we're all thinking it, and I think we were all thinking War of the Worlds. I watched this movie, and I didn't want to, but I knew I was making this tier list, so I gotta include some bad ones. I gotta purposely watch some of the worst movies of the year. And I watched War of the Worlds. It's so bad. It is just so bad. It's kind of almost impressive how dumb as hell it is. Yeah, War of the Worlds is in D tier. I don't know what to tell you. Weapons, there we go. We don't gotta stay down with a frown for too long. Weapons, one of the best horror movies of the year. This and Sinners, S tier. Aunt Gladys, awesome new character. Loved James, little drug addict guy. He's fucking hilarious. I love the cuts to the different chapters of the different POVs of all these characters. Same stretch of like a day or two, however many days it was. Good stuff all around. The kids running in the night, creepy visuals, great sound, great cinematography, lots of cool camera shots, lots of creepy and intense moments. Also, I watched this at a drive-in movie theater with my dad, and that was quite fun. Had never been to a drive-in theater before, and I thought it was a great time. Every time I watch it, I just love it more and more. Weapons is awesome, S-tier movie, Zach Kreger. Cannot wait for Resident Evil. The Roses! I saw a trailer for this in theaters, and I had not heard of this movie coming out, but I saw the cast. Andy Samberg, Benedict Cumberbatch, Olivia Colman. You can't go wrong. Very funny rom-com, great chemistry between Colman and Cumberbatch. I love them together so much. I want them to be in more movies together now. There are some moments where it dips ever so slightly, but it mainly stays funny 100% of the time because the two leads are so charismatic and they work so well together. Not one of my absolute favorites of the year, but for a movie I didn't even realize was a thing until like randomly in the middle of the year, I think it did pretty well for itself. The Conjuring Last Rites, the final Conjuring movie that's gonna have the Warrens in it, at least they say. You know how studios can be. I am a little heartbroken because I love the characters of Ed and Lorraine Warren so much. Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, I love their chemistry, one of my favorite duos in any movie, any horror movie. I love them to death. I wish I enjoyed this a bit more. I liked it more than Devil Made Me Do It. That was a bit of a letdown. I love the first Conjuring. I really love the second one. Third one, like I said, was a letdown, but the fourth one, we pick it back up a little bit. It feels like the stakes are higher because we know that this couple is older now. Patrick Wilson has his heart issues. We have a priest that has been with the family for a while, and he is in jeopardy, and their daughter is getting heavily involved now. The only downside of the movie is that this is supposed to be the Warrens' final send-off or final case or whatever, but we spend a good chunk of the movie focusing on their daughter's fiance. We're introducing him to the family, get to know this guy, and he's just a guy. It felt like beside the Warrens' final goodbye, he was still like a big part of the movie. It sort of gave me Halloween Ends vibes where it's supposed to be Michael and Laurie one last time, but then you throw that new kid in there. I forgot his name. No, I signed up for Michael and Laurie. What are you doing here? But it did not commit such a huge crime like Halloween Ends did. Conjuring Last Rites was still good. It's just better than Devil Made Me Do It, and that's all I was hoping for. Roofman was nice. Channing Tatum, love him to death. He is so good in pretty much everything I've seen him in. More heartwarming movie than I thought. I thought it was gonna be more of a fun little like, oh, this true story of a guy hiding out in Toys R Us or whatever, but it really focuses on his relationship with Kirsten Dunst, and I really got attached to those two as a couple. I felt really bad when, like, you know, the inevitable has to come up eventually, but I thought it was a really neat based on a true story kind of movie. It's not going to be anyone's favorite of the year, but it could definitely be in that conversation. I thought it was really good. Gonna go and B. One battle after another. Holy hell, the hype was also real for this movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, and probably my favorite role of his as Bob, Ghetto Pat. He is so good. Chase Infinity is also very good in this as well. It's one of those movies where, like, once it starts, it doesn't really slow down. Sensei was such a good character. Lockjaw was such a fucking bastard character, but he's still pretty good. It's really funny. Some solid action in it, some intense moments. Like I said, Leonardo DiCaprio, probably my favorite role that he's ever done. Everything with Comrade Josh over the phone and the passcodes and the riddles, so damn funny. Few small beers, of course, gotta shout that out. I'm not as high on it as everyone else. I recently uploaded my top 10 of 2025. I've watched a few more movies since, and this just got bumped out of my top 10, and it's in everyone else's top 10. It's probably gonna win Best Picture, maybe? But for me, it's A tier. It's so close to reaching the highs of like a Sinners and a Superman and a Weapons, but it's just ever so slightly underneath. The Long Walk, on the other hand, same quality as One Battle After Another. It's just these kids just walking and talking, but it works so well. This is in the same category with Sinners, where every character does what they need to do. Every character is great and they give great performances and I love them all. Long Walk is going in S tier. David Johnson and Cooper Hoffman are so good together. It's such like a gritty movie too. You have just ankles being fucked up. You have people having like medical conditions come into play. You see these like young adults, like 18-year-olds, I don't know how old they get or whatever, but they're getting like shot in the head. They're like falling off one by one. For me, it wasn't super hard to watch, but it gets you. It does hit you a little bit. The Long Walk was just such a damn good movie. I was really hyped for it. I was very interested to see what it would look like, and when I finally watched it, I was not disappointed whatsoever. The ending didn't reach the highs that I wanted, but I did give it a rewatch recently, and I'm fine with it. I've come to terms with like, yeah, that's a solid enough ending. S tier. Also, Judy Greer, fucking amazing in this. A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. I was so hyped for this. I love Colin Farrell. I love Margot Robbie. It's a rom-com that has some like weird stuff going on with these magical doors that show their past. So I was thinking a rom-com that might make me cry, that has two of my favorite actors in it. Hell yeah. After all the negative reviews came out, I still watched it. I didn't hate it. I actually liked it more than most, but it didn't reach the highs emotionally that I wanted to. It like hints at stuff and it gives you the moments, like everything with Margot Robbie's mom. At first, it wasn't hitting. Colin Farrell and his like parents and him as a young kid, that wasn't hitting. But then the very end of the movie, especially the Margot Robbie and like having a conversation with her mom, like, can we pretend that I'm older and all that stuff? That's what finally got me. I like their relationship. I love their dynamic. I like them realizing the problems that they have and then like coming to terms with who they are, but then just like saying, screw it, doesn't matter. Not everything works. It being one of the movies I was most hyped for, and it kind of fell short. Kind of sucks. Not as bad as Death of a Unicorn though. I still got enjoyment out of it. B tier movie. It could have been a lot better. Him was another movie that people were kind of tearing to shreds. While not a great movie, it still had some interesting stuff in it. There are some pretty cool visuals and some ideas thrown around in here. I think you tweak a couple of things and you got a solid B or A tier movie. Marlon Wayans was phenomenal. Like, his acting was great. This was better than what people are saying, but I do see where people are coming from when they are hating on the movie. But I had a decent enough time with it. I'm gonna put it in C. It's really Marlon Wayans' performance that kind of keeps me invested, because he's like kind of a psychopath. He's like a tough motherfucker in this, kind of scary. So he keeps me wanting to like keep going with this movie. And it's like so close to being an actual like good movie. Black Phone 2 was interesting because at first I'm like, this doesn't need a sequel. Why? Then the reviews came out and the trailers came out. I'm like, this looks kind of cool, and we're getting some Nightmare on Elm Street things happening in here with like dream sequences and whatnot. And we haven't had a Freddy Krueger movie in over like 10 years at this point, and like 15 years. And we haven't had a good Nightmare on Elm Street movie, like, in twice as long, I think. And I love The Grabber, I love Ethan Hawke, I love Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw. I love this trio, and we're following them again in a whole new movie. We get a bit of Finney and Gwen's mother, like some of her backstory thrown into this, which I think is kind of neat, because she's, like, sort of hinted at in the first movie. Madeline McGraw, by the way, phenomenal acting on display. She is screaming her fucking head off as she is being tortured by the Grabber in her dreams. Holy shit. I was a bit shaky on the movie all the way up until the end, and we have an emotional phone call. Gwen and her mother talk after all these years. Like, it's a very nice little phone call where she's like, I can talk to you for a few minutes. I'm so proud of you and I love you and you don't have a burden. Your thing is a gift. Yada yada yada, and I almost teared up. I can't lie, it was a very, very sweet moment. That moment right there saved the movie from being okay to, yeah, I kind of fucked with this. So it's gonna go in B. I think after a rewatch it could climb to A, but as of now I'm giving it B. Bugonia was a movie I was excited for because Yorgos Lanthimos, I loved Poor Things. Him and Emma Stone, they are such a good duo. Jesse Plemons is really good in it. They kidnap Emma Stone. They're like, hey, we know you're an alien. She's like, the fuck are you talking about? There's some really funny moments in it. There's a couple of really like intense, like hold your breath moments. And then we get the ending. For most people, it might have made the movie even better. For me, it was like, oh, this is what we're doing. And I'm still not sure how to feel about it. We do get a Green Day basket case needle drop, and I fucking love Green Day. But yeah, Bugonia, it didn't completely work for me, but I still did enjoy it. It's one of those movies that I don't know if I'll ever go back and rewatch. I'm glad it's in the Best Picture conversation because there's a lot of talented people involved. I wish I did like it more. That's what I will say. I wish I liked it a little bit more. Frankenstein, a movie that I was kind of curious to see what we were gonna get. I love Guillermo del Toro. Just a few hours ago, I watched his Pinocchio movie. This guy cannot miss, I'm telling you, and he did not miss with Frankenstein. I thought it had a very good first half with Victor, and then we get the second half, and we learn that the creature, he can talk and form sentences like he's a normal freaking dude, and then we get his backstory and how he became that way, and then it won me over. He says a line like, "Let me tell you my story," and I'm like, oh, okay. But then we do get the creature's story. It's very lovely, very heartbreaking in some moments as well. There are some moments and lines that don't totally work for me. I do wish Mia Goth was a bit more involved. It kind of sucks that she's there for a bit and then she's okay, bye. It did get me hyped for Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride movie coming out in like a month, so there's that. I did really enjoy Frankenstein. I am willing to put it in A tier, but just something is blocking me from doing so. I think it's just because I enjoy so many other Guillermo del Toro movies more, but because I know it's not his best, just something about it makes me not want to put it in A tier. I'm gonna leave it in B. Predator Badlands. I talked about Killer of Killers being tied for my favorite Predator movie. It's tied with this. Predator Badlands is so fucking cool. Elle Fanning is great. It does have Disney vibes to it where there's a lot of comedic relief and like some funny moments. There's even a little cute alien sidekick, and it's like, oh yeah, this doesn't really feel like a full-on Predator movie, but that's also because our Predator, the Yautja, is Deck. He is our main character instead of like, you know, an army guy trying to kill him or whatever. It was really different, really unique, but also not completely game-changing, but it was still so much damn fun. I got to see this in theaters. I was smiling the whole way through. This movie kicks ass. Him and his brother and his father having that little like family dynamic early on, and at the end of the movie is really good. Him, Deck, wanting to like prove himself, and these Badlands are just dangerous as all hell. We got big ass creatures, we got a killer environment, everything is trying to kill you around every corner. Predator Badlands is an A tier movie. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I love the Now You See Me movies. Isla Fisher returns, so damn good to see her back. The three new characters we meet, the new magicians, they are great as well. They don't like take anything away from the movie. They're great additions to this franchise. We're gonna get a fourth one. I'm excited for that. I will say that the third movie does not reach the highs that the first and second movie have, but there are enough magician shenanigans going around throughout the movie that still makes me like it, and it's still a very valid entry into the franchise. Realistically, it would be in this B tier. It is a notch below 1 and 2, but I think over time it will grow on me. You know what? I gotta be fair. I think I gotta be fair. Top of B tier. I won't be too biased. Train Dreams was a surprise. I heard people talking about how good the movie was. I knew nothing about it. Joel Edgerton, dude, what a performance this guy gives. It is a heartbreaking story, but also a story that like makes you think about life, good and bad. There are some pretty devastating moments in the movie. I don't know, like the very end kind of saves it from being like, wow, that was depressing. I love the visual of Joel Edgerton as like an old man in that plane, and he's like, yeah, this is nice. This is cool shit. Also, Carrie Condon is in this movie for like 10 minutes. I love her to death, so it was nice to see her. It's one of those movies that definitely isn't for me, but just the way it's shot and the way it looks and just the characters and just kind of the coziness of like the vibes from this movie, it does end up working for me. I fell in love with this movie. It is so close to being S tier. Very, very close to being S tier, but I'm gonna leave it at A. I'm gonna leave it in A tier for now. The Running Man, yeah. All right, The Running Man has a great cast. Everyone does great in it. Glenn Powell is a superstar. I can't wait to see him in more movies. Coleman Domingo, I wish he had some more scenes. He is killing it in every scene that he is in. He is such a good game show host. He's awesome. So much fun action. It slows down during some points, but not enough to completely take me out. The ending is where it loses me because you can feel the movie kind of starting to drag its feet towards the end. Like, we need a big punch for an ending to, you know, make this have a successful payoff, and the ending is fine. And so that makes me not as cool with the last like 20 minutes when the final 5 are just like, oh, okay. It could have been a bit better, but because I love everyone in this movie and there are so many fun action sequences, I can't really hate on it. It's hanging around this A tier, but it unfortunately does fall into B tier, which isn't a bad tier at all. Like, look at these bangers in here. Like, I still enjoyed it, but it had potential to be A. It just kind of felt a little flat at the end, but everything else is spectacular. Wake Up Dead Man! Just like Now You See Me, I love the Knives Out franchise, and this might be my favorite in the trilogy so far. It tackles religion in a way that I haven't seen done before, and I don't know if that's just because I love Josh O'Connor so much. It doesn't try to be necessarily disrespectful. It just like kind of calls out stuff that like is wrong with not just like the Catholic Church, but just churches in general. You know, I think it does it in such an interesting way. If my movies are talking about politics or religion, I'm like, I kind of watch movies to have fun, but if you're telling a good enough story, I will rock with you till the end. And this does that, and also you throw a murder mystery in there, fuck yeah. This just does a very good job of doing what it tries to do. All the Knives Out movies always have a great cast. Glenn Close is really good in this movie. I love Thomas Hayden Church. Benoit Blanc is like one of my favorite characters to come out of any movie the last like 10 years, maybe even ever. I love his accent. I love the way he solves cases. He's kind of theatrical with it because he knows he's like this detective guy, so he amps up that role of his in front of all the other characters. It's just really funny to watch him go. Daniel Craig is so good. Wake Up Dead Man was one of my favorite movies of the year. I watched it after the top 10 video came out. It's in my top 10 now for sure, like at number 5. It's so good. Anaconda came out Christmas Day along with another movie, and I saw them both in the same day, but we'll get to that one in a little bit. Very stupid movie, but everyone is so likable in it. So many fun characters. I love Paul Rudd. I love Jack Black. And you know what? The killer snake was cool, and it had cool moments. And while it may be a C tier or B tier movie, I haven't stopped thinking about it, especially the end, because we get Ice Cube, and at the very, very end, we get Jennifer Lopez, and it's like, okay. And it's about friends making a movie, and friendship is awesome. A for Anaconda. Probably shouldn't be an A tier, but I don't know. I loved it so much. I've been recording for almost 2 hours now. It's 2 in the morning. I'm not letting that affect my judgment, though. Anaconda is just so much damn fun. And finally, to end this tier list, the movie that also came out on Christmas Day, not as good as Anaconda, but you know, they're trying their best over there at Marty Supreme World. I'm kidding. Marty Supreme was fantastic. Timothée Chalamet, phenomenal. S tier movie. I was locked in the entire 2.5 hours. It's funny. Chalamet is just this fucking asshole. I'm not on his side in almost anything that he does, but I want to follow. I want to be a spectator. I want to see what the hell is he gonna do next. This movie introduced me to Odessa Zion, and she is wonderful in this movie. She is so good. She has one of my favorite moments where like she rubs the black eye makeup off of her face. I was like, holy shit. I thought this movie was gonna be pretty much purely about ping pong and table tennis. That's like the background for it all. The whole cast is great. Everyone does such a good job in this movie. It never really slows down, and I love movies like that. The final table tennis scene was absolutely phenomenal. I was locked in. That scene could have been going on for a month and a half, and I'd still be in that theater chair locked in, I think. But there you go. That is the tier list for most of the movies I saw in 2025. Ah, God, I'm realizing how long of a video this is gonna be. I hope, hey, if you're here at the very end of this, props to you. So thank you for checking out this video. I will link the tier list in the description, I guess, and yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite movies of the year were. I'm sure I'm gonna get some comments like, you put Weapons in S? That movie wasn't that good. Fuck you. The Nick Likes Movies Awards will be coming out either next week or just very, very soon. Just know that. So I'm gonna get to working on that right now. Goodbye.